So today we're going to talk about the top 4 signs that your deal is about to go south and what to do about it. But before we jump in today's show, make sure you head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. If you're looking to build a business that spits off cash month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement, you want to get off the treadmill and own a cash machine, go to nextlevelwholesaling.com and take that assessment. My mentor created it for me, and I take it every single quarter, and I've basically created it for you, recreated it for you, so that you can build a business that you absolutely love. Go to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Takes like 5 minutes. Once you take it, it's going to open your eyes and say, wow, this is the path that I need to take to grow my business, or to be more profitable, or to have more time, or to have more fun. Go to nextlevelwholesaling.com. All right, let's talk about the top 4 signs that your real estate deal is falling apart. Pretend like you've done the marketing. You've met with a seller. They were motivated. You got the contract. You feel good. Seller feels good. Man, you've done like all the hard work. And all of a sudden, your deal is going south. And let me tell you, there is nothing more soul crushing than locking up a contract and losing a good deal. So you got to be alert, you got to be diligent, and most of all, you've got to be proactive. Do not let a deal fall apart because of something that you had control over. You will lose a deal sometimes for something out of your control. Maybe a seller will change their mind and you lose a deal. And there are some things that you cannot do. Let's forget about those. I'm talking about the ones that you could have done something about. So here are the 4 signs. Number 1, you haven't called the seller since signing the agreement and 48 hours have passed, okay? Now, this is a sign. This is something that you did or did not do. And maybe you're like, what's wrong, Todd? I don't think the deal's going south. Well, because you have not talked to the seller within 48 hours, your deal is going south, because immediately after you sign that contract, they're like, what did I do? This stranger came to my house. They gave me a piece of paper. Did I read it? I don't know what it said. Where? I can't even find my copy. What happened to it? I haven't heard from them. Oh my God, what a scammer. And they talk to a friend, and now all of a sudden they haven't talked to you. Their head is spinning. Boom, they call you. I want to cancel. Come on now. You can do better than that. How do you fix it? Number 1. As soon as you sign that contract, tell the seller what's going to happen. Hey, so here's a copy of the agreement. And by the way, are you sure you want to do this? Like, I just want to let you know, like right now, if this is not a fit, you could tell me no right now. I like to always button that up, and they'll say, no, I like you. Let's do the deal. Great. I'll say, okay, here is what's going to happen next. Mr. Seller, I'm going to drop this off at the escrow company. I usually work with Mary Jo. She's so sweet. I'm going to give her a copy of this agreement, and I'm going to tell her to call you so that you guys can connect. But here's what I want you to do. I'm also going to give you her phone number, and I would like you to call her if you don't hear from her. Is that okay? That's great. I may call you between now and then just to let you know that everything's open and the next steps. But other than that, here's her phone number. Give her a call. If she calls you, make sure you get back to her right away. Can you agree with that? Yes, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller. You then call the escrow company. You send them the agreement. If there's an email that you both have, copy them. Have your escrow agent then call the seller, introduce themselves, tell them the next step in the process, the paperwork, tell them what they should expect. Call the seller again and say, I called the escrow company. I opened up escrow. Did you hear from Mary or did you not? Yes, I did. If they didn't, that's good, right? Because now you know. So you can reach out or call Mary and say, get her on the phone. But that connection there, it's like sealing the deal. Very, very, very important. Do that, and that's going to really make your deals stick. Do not ghost your sellers. And I got to tell you, there are a lot of people who do this. And by the way, in the world of a seller, 48 hours after you sign the agreement, not talking to them, not hearing anything is ghosting them. 2, sellers haven't called you or talk to you in 48 hours. So if you have not talked to the seller and they don't call you, I would definitely get on that, okay? And again, just reconfirm them on their decision to sell to you. Don't chase them, but just say, I was just checking in to see how things were going if you don't hear from them. I know 1 and 2 are very similar, but make sure that you are connecting if they are not. Number 3, and this is a different stage of the deal, is not, okay, and this is really, really important, not getting an offer for your property within 48 hours after you show it. Now, for me, I always recommend a group appointment when you are selling your deals, right? So you should have multiple people there. You should be creating a frenzy. There should be a lot of interest in your property, and you should always set a deadline for an offer. So for us, we always say deadline is 24 hours after we show it, and we give them a copy of the inspection. So they see the property, they were there, they saw the competition, they got a copy of the inspection. The deadline is 24 hours after that. You can make it for 48 hours, but if you do not get an offer within 48 hours after that deadline, let me tell you something. You are overpriced. Now, I'm not talking about a retail deal where it's all fixed up, you rehab and it's on the market. Retail buyers move slower. But if you're going to wholesale this to a group of buyers, 48 hours is the mark. So, in your mind, let's keep this deal tight. Don't sit and pray that all of a sudden you're going to get an offer, because it ain't going to happen. So, what we like to do then is get on the phone with the buyers. See who opened your emails. See who was at the showing. Hey, I want to get your feedback on the property. What's the next step? Where are you going to be? Then go solicit offers, right? Be proactive and get a number. And then you're going to start to see where you need to be to get the offers and to create a multiple offer situation. At this point, you may need to get a reduction. You want to be proactive in getting a full-blown property inspection on every single deal that you do. I know it costs money. It's worth it. Welcome to the big leagues. Big leagues. It's a phenomenal return on your investment. If you need to get a reduction, send that to the seller, get a reduction in price, and close the deal. Don't let this deal hang out in cyberspace. Be proactive. Don't be scared of the difficult conversation. Make it happen, make the adjustments, and get the deal closed. Help the seller, be a hero, and get paid. All right, last one. Tenants not giving you access, or the seller not giving you access. Now, this is one where I see a lot of investors are like walking on eggshells, right? Walking on eggshells. And so as soon as you see that the seller's not giving you access or the tenants are not giving you access, get on this. Create a plan with the seller. So if the tenants aren't giving you access, I do one of two things. I'd say, Mr. Seller, can you do me a favor? Just tell the tenants that we're going to be there Tuesday at 10, and don't get their permission. Just post a notice and tell them that we're going to be there, and I'll handle the rest. And if you can have access and you've got your buyers, hey, and you can't get in, give your tenants $100 to get in, and that'll problem usually solved. But at least you're creating a plan. If you can't get access and tenants won't let you in, either you're going to create a plan to get in. It sounds like I just showed you, or two is you're now going to have to sell this property with no access, which usually means you're going to have to go back to the seller and get a reduction, because now your buyer is going to have to buy the property with uncooperative tenants who they can't get access. So they're going to want a better price. And now you are going to get a better price, right? And that's usually some of the easiest situations to negotiate a better price, when the seller won't give you access or can't give you access. So that's the second thing. But face this problem head on, go deep and attack it. The last is when the landlord won't give you access. Now, this one's a little bit tougher. If the landlord won't give you access, again, negotiate that price up front. And I'm talking about post-closing, right? Where all of a sudden they have it. And if they won't give you access, you can either get commitments from them. Like, listen, I know this is tough. If you want to go ahead with the deal, right, here's how to do it. At this point, though, I might pull away. So if the seller won't give me access and they won't give me the reduction and I can't sell it like that, I'll say, Mr. Seller, I'll tell you what, I'd love to be able to do business, but if I can't get access and you won't give me a reduction on price, I think I got to back away from the deal. And hear what they say. Again, that's if you can't sell it without the access and the price is not adjusted as so, right? But I see A lot of wholesalers, they dance around this and then like weeks go by and months go by and they work this deal and it just kind of fades away and they lose it, right? So these are like so easy. So number one, you haven't called the seller since signing the agreement, right? Set those expectations when you get the contract signed. Have the escrow call the seller, have the seller call escrow, make that connection. Number two, you haven't called the seller, right? Make it, if you haven't, if I'm sorry, if the seller hasn't called you, okay, there's a problem. Three, if you don't have an offer for your property, there's an excellent chance you're too high. Don't pray and wait, okay? Call the sellers, find out where you need to, or the buyers, find out where you need to be, all right? And then renegotiate as necessary. And four, access. If you can't get access, find a way to get access. Give the tenant $100 or proactively make an appointment, right, with the seller, post a notice. If you can't do that, get a price reduction. And then lastly, if the seller's giving you a hard time, either A, get a price reduction from them, or if they're not and you can't get in and you're not at the right price, well then, hey, maybe it's time to walk away. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. You do all this work on locking up a deal, all the marketing, all the sales, take it to the goal line, right? Punch it through. Come on, let's get those 6 or 7 points in the end zone. Reminder to go to nextlevelwholesaling.com, take the assessment, and I will talk to you on the next episode.